Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the National Sports Podcast. My name is Cameron Simpson, and this week we have a pretty good episode. We may even have two podcasts this week. Things fell through the cracks this week. We were supposed to have a ton of guests joining us on today's episode, but everyone had to seem to cancel or seem to forget about that today. So instead, Mackenzie, my sister, will be joining me today. You guys remember Mackenzie from How Well Do My Sisters Know Sports? She's joining us today. We're going to talk about playing softball and hockey and what it is like to do two sports that are completely different. We did this with Gavin just a few weeks ago, and then we're going to dive into Kenzie a little more about what she does on her free time and what is her favorite stuff to do in sports. So Kenzie, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi, and Kenzie, you've been on the channel before. You've done How Well Do Your Sisters Know Sports? So we're going to talk about that a little bit too. What is it like to, I'm sure people want to know, what is it like to be a part of that show and what is it like to be involved in that? All right, we're going to get into that as well. All right, let's get into today's episode. Mackenzie, we thank you for joining us, and let's go to open and take. Mackenzie, have you any news that you want to talk about around sports or anything that you've prepared that you want to talk about?
No.
No? Okay. I want to talk about some NHL COVID-19 drama that's been going on. And potentially we'll have this on tomorrow's episode. Just a quick preview. A goaltender for the NHL has officially said, guess what? I don't like that the NHL made us all kind of get vaccinated and then forget that. Guess what, guys? You all decide you want to get vaccinated, and guess what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're not going to follow up on that. We're going to keep COVID rules strict. Anything to say about that?
No.
All right, then let's get into the interview, shall we? All right, so Kenzie, you've been on our show before. So what is it like being part of the How Well Do My Sisters Know Sports? How is that? Could you tell us a little bit about that?
It's very fun, and it's also like very weird actually being on my brother's YouTube channel. But it's also so much fun to actually be able to be on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, so what do you think about that? Like, do you think you know sports the best? Like, do you think you know them the best?
I think I do have more experience because Addison only plays one sport, and I play two at like the same time almost, except in summer because can't play hockey in summer.
All right, so, yeah, let's talk about that. What sports have you played in your whole entire career?
I played soccer once, but I didn't want to play anymore. And then I went to t-ball and softball. And I'm actually on two teams at once in softball. So I'm on Falcons and Wildfire. And I've also played hockey, and I still am. And I'm still in Mites.
Okay, tell us a little bit. What's your favorite parts about hockey?
My favorite part about hockey is...
Continue what you were saying.
So, what was I saying again?
About favorite parts about hockey.
Yes, my favorite part about hockey is winning, having fun, and also making friends with your teammates.
Yeah, those are very awesome things that I think.
And scoring a goal.
Yeah, scoring goals. Those are great too. All right, so you said you play on two teams of softball. What do you do when you're in the softball? Like, what positions are you normally playing in that?
Well, for the Falcons, I'm pitching and shortstop. And for Wildfire, I'm normally probably in the outfield. So,
yeah, can you describe to us what pitching is like in this game? What is it like to pitch? How much technique is it? Because softball pitching is way different than baseball pitching. Can you kind of describe that to some of our viewers?
So softball pitching is definitely much different than baseball. It's a totally different windup. and a totally different ball too. It's also very difficult to do pitching because you can go slow and you can go fast, and you need to get like the perfect speed for you. If you're like just starting, it's pretty hard. But I mean, I'm just starting. I really haven't pitched a lot. I've pitched like once or twice in the Falcons, and I don't think I've this is my first time being on Wildfire, so I've never pitched on Wildfire.
Yeah, and so our viewers don't really know what Wildfire is. It's our local travel tournament team. It's one of our local elite teams in our area. So that's what she means by Wildfire. And then the Falcons are her local team for baseball. Okay, so when was the first time you played in softball or t-ball? What was that first stint?
First time wait, what?
Yeah, what was the first time and what was it like?
First time it's hard to remember, but I'm sure it was very fun for me, difficult and hard.
So
but
you play very different sports, like, when you're looking at softball and even the first time you got onto it, and then you get into stuff like now this is your first year of tournament, this is your first year of really competitive. And how much work does you have to put in to play softball? How much work goes in and how much effort goes in to it? Is there a lot of practicing? Is there a lot of how much goes into it?
So our first game is in like 21 days, very soon. And we're practicing like everyday pitching, fielding, hitting. And it's very hard, especially on a very hot day. But it's difficult. But I mean, practice is practice. Makes you better.
Fun is when you're practicing though, is it fun? Because you're always practicing with your sister. Is that fun?
It's fun, yes. Sometimes it gets somewhat boring because we're doing everything the same every day, but that's fine because I love softball and it's such a fun sport.
All right, yeah, that's awesome. So very, very, very quickly, what is it like playing on the same team as your sister?
Weird because, I mean, I have played with Addison for a while on the same team, and I'm kind of used to it, but, I mean, it's weird having your sister on the same team.
Yeah.
Especially two of the same team she's on.
All right, so let's talk about hockey now. This year's been a very awesome year for you and your team. Can you kind of describe to us what happened this year and where are you in hockey right now? What's happening? Where are you and what happened this year for you?
For this year, we won the championships and the playoffs, and that was very, very awesome. And our team was also excited. And this year was a great year for us. We've won a lot of games. And yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, you guys won a ton of games, and you're on Mites. So the viewers that don't know what Mites are, they are a division, one of the lower divisions. Just getting into hockey, you go into Mites. Then you are moving up to Squirts next year, which is to the Big Ice. All right, what is that feeling like moving up from Mites into Squirts?
Gonna probably feel very weird because it was small ice. Sometimes we have full ice practice, and it is so tiring. So I feel like I'm going to be much more tired than half ice, because half ice, I've always wanted to play on the big ice. Half ice, it's still so much fun, but I think it'll be funner on big ice.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, definitely. So what's your favorite parts about the game of hockey?
My favorite parts is scoring I also like winning, and I like playing center a lot because I can go everywhere, and I like getting assists, and I like everything almost. Hockey is so much fun.
Yeah, definitely. What got you into hockey? What was the big thing? Like, I really want to play hockey from, playing softball for so long. What was the thing that was like, yeah, this is the sport I want to go and I want to go play?
Well, I watched your games, Cam, and I really thought they seemed fun and stuff. And so I just one night I said I want to play hockey, and mommy and daddy said, well, I don't know, and I kept saying, please, please, I really want to play, and finally they said yes, and I had a team, and now I play. Now I play for the Junior Crusaders girls hockey.
That's awesome. So, um, when it's such a commitment sport, how much do your parents, my parents, same household thing, how much do they really help you as you move, like bring you places, doing all these things? How do you have like something you want to say to them right now?
I want to say thank you for letting me play hockey, and also it's so much fun that you let me play, and I also really like when you come to my games.
I know. So we are now in a situation where you got me.
Yeah, now I got you.
Okay, so we're going on to time where sports are going on with the coronavirus. And what is it like? Let's start with hockey. What is it like playing hockey with the COVID?
It's not as much fun because you have to social distance and everything, and wear masks during playing hockey, and that's kind of hard. But I mean, you'll get used to them as soon as you start playing.
And softball. Is there any differences with that going on with Corona?
Yeah, so when you hit and when you're fielding, you have to wear masks. It's probably not as hard as hockey, but you're still running all around the bases, and that's hard. But running and skating, they're kind of the same, but maybe you're faster skating than running.
Is there one that you prefer over another? Is there one sport of the two that's like you prefer over the other?
I probably would prefer hockey over softball.
Is there a reason? Or just that's just what it is?
I don't know. I just think hockey may be a little more funner than softball, but softball still is so much fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So what sports do you watch any sports on TV and do you follow any sports?
Sometimes, only sometimes I would watch hockey and baseball.
All right. So you really like just like to play them, don't really like to watch them type deal.
No.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for being on, Mackenzie. Is there anything you want to say to the people out there that might be like wanting to play softball but don't know, or might be wanting to play hockey but don't know? Do you have anything you want to say to them?
If you don't want to, but if you're not sure, you just can try maybe street hockey and see how it is, and see if you like it or not, because street hockey's somewhat like skating, just street hockey not the same because you're not wearing skates. But you can try it out, and maybe if you like it, you could ask your mom and dad. And for if you want to play, you can practice maybe throw a ball. If you have wiffle balls or a bat, you can practice that. Anything, baseball, softball, you can practice hockey. There are two sports that you can practice in your backyard or front yard.
All right, Kenzie. So, anything you want to say to us before we leave?
Both sports are so much fun, and I think you would like them too.
All right, thank you so much, Mackenzie. Thank you for joining us. I know this was a last minute deal because no one could get on. This episode is out. We may or may not have another one premiering Saturday at 11 a.m., so keep your eyes open. A Fun Friday premieres tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. Kenzie, thank you so much for joining us. And everybody, that's Mackenzie on number 5 edition of the National Sports Podcast. We'll see you in the 6th one coming soon.
Thank you.